Doom Control, Series 1, Episode 9, titled Jane Control, and this episode is good, absolutely good. I mean, what happened last episode, for a little bit of a recap, is that Jane as Karen, and Karen's personality, as we got introduced last episode, is a kind of a product of 1990 when romantic comedies type of girl, where everything needs to be like perfect and wonderful, and the man's like right there, everything's so romantic, everything, a wedding must be like a fairy tale, and all that, everyone's so happy and delightful and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, because of the events of it, her mind goes into a coma. The Doom Control are like, okay, Jane, snap out of it, what's going on? And what's actually going on is that Jane is bumping into her other personality. So we do meet about, I guess, all of them, or most of the 46 personalities that she has. So we do get that. But what's happening is Cliff is inside, basically in the magic school bus, as they like to call it. We had Cliff inside Jane's mind, trying to get Jane out, and also feeling up, gently trying to apologize what happened a couple episodes ago with therapy and how everything went down, because Cliff had a rat in his brain. Who knew? And here's the thing, that journey of like, okay, let's find Jane, jump to all the personalities, that kind of thing, I mean, here's the thing, it is fun seeing the personalities, and seeing the personalities talking to the other personalities, because all we're getting is this, like, Hammerhead, and then Hammerhead slowly turns into, into Baby Doll, and into the, into Jane, and we into the one who can turn her words into knives and projectiles and all that kind of stuff. We basically see that, but we haven't seen yet A talking to B, and there's a level of fun towards it. But this episode gets dark. It's an episode that is apprising you, because here's the thing, we know something happened in Jane's past, something dark, and something about her sensing her father, and we don't know what happened. We kind of maybe allude to, and we may have an idea what might have happened, but nothing concrete. This episode is like, yeah, they're not 100% saying it, but her dad wasn't the most, he wasn't able to keep his hands to himself, let's say that. Which, every time I saw him, there was a level of disgust. Every time he was there, I kind of felt like, I immediately was like, fuck you, you stupid little piece of shit, like you tiny little dick piece of shit. Like, I was that kind of guy. But at the same time, you're like, no, Jane, no, because you can see there's this level of, she's a child still, she's still there, and at the end, you have this big, massive talk, you have this big, massive, like, her screaming at him, because he's a bunch of jigsaw pieces, all mushed together, that looks like a form of his, of her dad, and she's doing the whole, I'm not afraid of you, I'm over you, all that kind of, this big epic goosebumps moment. It's like, and you're like, yeah, Jane, you do it. And he's still in her head, because he always says, when you hear the words, come over here, baby doll, and you're like, no, because it's that, I think it's that classic thing of like, you think you're going to get this, and you think this is going to go the way that you think it's going to go, but but this is a good episode. It's a pretty good episode. I think this show, I mean, I think naturally this show, I wasn't on board with, like, what, episode 4? That's it. The rest of it, pretty well done, and this episode is no Inception.